there's a big fireball just coming towards my face. And I was petrified. I got given a second chance at life. You know, I nearly got my life taken away from me. I feel like that day was like quite a special day. I look back now, maybe it resurrected me as a new woman. Maybe it brought me back as someone who I'm meant to be and who I'm destined to be rather than who I want to be. I'd go home and take like literally 2, 3, 4 days worth of medication. And I was on heavy medication at that point. I'd literally be asleep for a day or two. And I just didn't want to wake up.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the BlueTick show. Opposite me today, we've got a burn survivor. Goes by the name Sophie Lee. I'm not sure if it's her real name or not, but that's what we're going with at the minute. Sophie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I found you after going through your Instagram and just being shocked at what I saw. I looked at it and was like, wow, because that's all you can really say at the end of the day. Until you read about it and actually understand what happened to you, I was just like, didn't know what to say. I just looked. It's the first time I've looked at my phone and was just like, I wanted to know more straight away.
Yeah.
Hence why I reached out and got you on the show.
Thank you for having me. And you know what? I think the story is so wild.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't believe it until you see the visual of how
Well,
bad
while
the
we're
story
talking,
was.
there's going to be pictures flying around over the screen, so you lot can tell what I was so shocked at seeing.
Yeah. I think until you actually see what a keloid tumour on the face looks like at full growth.
Okay, Sophie, stop. Let's throw it back a little bit. Yeah?
Okay.
Start off. People will see the pictures and they're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Okay, don't tell them about the tumour just yet.
Okay.
Let's take it back a little bit. Yeah. So you was a fire breather.
Yes.
Very good at it. I saw your videos.
Thank you.
It was all right.
Want to get a job?
No, not yet. Very, very good at it. And you loved it?
Yes.
Something you wanted to do forever?
It was definitely a passion of mine, and coming from the performing arts industry, I think one thing leads to another, and I think when you learn one skill, you want to learn another one, and for me, my niche was being a fire performer, and it just became my whole life.
And it definitely did become your whole life now. It's something that will be a part of your life for the rest of your life, no matter what.
Forever.
And just run us through the day where the incident happened. I want to hear that whole day. You woke up in the morning, you knew you had to perform. Where was you? What country? Where was it?
Yes. So the date was April Fool's Day, 2018.
Really? Like, literally, really?
I should have stayed in bed,
You should,
right?
100%.
I know. Oh,
Shit. But, you know, everything happens for a reason.
I know. And it was the day that Easter Sunday's first fallen on in a long, long time.
Okay.
So I feel like that day was like quite a special day, because I feel like I look back now, maybe it resurrected me as a new woman. Maybe it brought me back as someone who I'm meant to be and who I'm destined to be rather than who I want to be.
Yeah.
So I woke up that day and I was actually really nervous. I was in Chicago.
Nice.
It was, love Chicago. Gorgeous.
Never
I think
been.
it's good. Oh,
But I heard it's
big
nice.
up Chi-Town is the one.
I've heard it's nice.
Yeah.
But never been. Actually, I'm going to book a ticket right now and I'm going to go after this.
Okay.
Yes, that's
I got
it.
my case ready.
Oh, yeah. She
So-
actually does. She wants to do with a case. She's not actually joking.
So, yeah, I was really nervous actually that day.
Yeah.
Because it was my first time being international and performing. I was at a charity event. So for me, it was more about the experience. It was about, you know, having that kind of first glimpse of what being an international performer is like.
How old was you?
22.
Young girl.
Baby. Only really, really young still.
Young girl, wow.
And yeah, so I made sure that I checked my equipment, made sure everything was safety checked over and over again, lots of times.
And what is it? So we have 5 performers here at the restaurant, and every Friday, every Saturday and Wednesday. And I always ask them, how do you not burn yourself? Like, because you've got hairs on your body, like they're
Once you're doing
running
a
it, and
fight,
I'm
you
like,
ain't got
ooh.
no hair or nowhere.
Yeah. all right,
There's
fair enough.
just
But it's-
no hair left.
How can you check your equipment? Like,
So-
do you know what I mean? Like, as in,
In making sure that when you...
it's all clean. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
like you use paraffin, and before you perform, you have to make sure excess paraffin is not on the sticks. Otherwise, when you swing your sticks or swing your equipment, the paraffin will go into the audience, which is absolute no. As you will know. And also checking that, you know, the environment in which you're performing in doesn't have any safety hazards, doesn't have any, you know, health and safety hazards such as things that can set on fire, you're near an audience or anything like that.
Yeah. Just going through it all, making sure like the ceilings ain't too low, for example,
Yes.
there's leaves here, just to check, like make sure
Yeah.
that everything is okay for you to perform.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And I told them to turn off all the air vents, all the air
Okay.
conditioning,
And why does it have to be turned off?
because the wind will blow.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly what happened. They didn't turn it off.
They didn't turn it off at all.
No.
And
Or they
you're
must have
doing
turned it
your-
back on. Someone must have turned it back on. I don't know. But when I checked it, it was off, and then it was on.
So you're performing.
And I blow the fire. It's my big finale.
Yeah.
And I just like peeked. I usually like close my eyes, and because once you blow the fire, it's out of your control, right?
Yeah. It's out.
Yeah.
Like a dragon.
Yeah, basically. And I opened my eyes a little bit, and the fire, there's a big fireball just coming towards my face. And I was petrified.
But what? I don't understand. So you've blown the fire. Obviously, the wind.
'Cause the
from
wind
it's
of that-
blown it back in your face,
Yeah.
of course. And
It set me on fire because obviously I'm going to have
so
excess
you must have
paraffin on
all
me.
been on fire. Like
Yeah.
you must have just been like literally
Up in flames. That was me.
Fuck.
Yeah. Ow.
You know what the maddest thing is, yeah? You sit here in front of me with a smile on your face. You look beautiful, by the way. That
Thank
I would
you.
never have known. I've had this conversation with you beforehand that any of that happened, especially after seeing the pictures of what actually the extent it was.
Yeah.
And you sit here with a smile on your face, making more jokes than any guest I've had on here, ready tried to take over the show, and it's so amazing. Like genuinely, I know we're only about fucking 5 minutes into it, but it's so amazing how you get so many people who are survivors of other things and they complain.
Yeah.
You just, it's not phased
Because
you.
I'm
It's just
grateful.
Yeah, you got to be. I
Like,
suppose.
I got given a second chance at life. You know, I nearly got my life taken away from me. In fact, when I woke up in hospital in the ICU, I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe. I was on a breathing machine. I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. And that moment is a very heavy moment in my life that made me realise, you know, this is sink or swim.
And at 22 years old, you're a little baby. You got your
Yeah.
mum and dad still together at that point?
Yeah.
Mum and dad are probably thinking,
When you're 22, all you want to do is be with your friends, look cute, and go to the club.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And see how many shots you can take until you're sick.
I suppose so. If you want to put it like that, then it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But
Like, you don't want to be thinking about, well, you don't even come round to thinking about your whole life is going to change.
way. Not at that age anyway. No
No.
way.
Yeah. So it was crazy. When I woke up, I was wheeled into a shower room, right? So they had to shower me.
What to get off all
The burnt skin, the burnt blood, the burnt hair, everything. And it was basically, it looked like a mortuary. It was like a slab, like a metal slab. And I had to sit, I was knelt on there, and I was naked. So
Of course.
I'm absolutely just so vulnerable
And
at this
your
point.
burns, are they head to toe?
From the
Chest
chest here
upwards.
to like here. And my whole face was so swollen. And at this point, I was on fentanyl.
Okay.
That's how bad. That's stronger than heroin. So that's how bad the pain relief
Of
had to be.
course.
You know,
Listen,
it was
it's
just,
not a joke, what you went through.
yeah. I was just so out of it and just so dazed. When I was having my first shower, they were like, you know, okay, we need to scrub the burn. So they got this like scouring pad out, and they had this like alcohol.
And you was awake during all of this. They just done it while you were just like walking around.
While I was knelt on this slab, because they had to shower
And
me.
didn't you pass out?
Well, yeah. No, this was like
After
a few
the
days
day
later.
after. Okay,
yeah, a
okay,
few
okay,
days
okay.
later.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a week later, whatever. But obviously, when I went to the hospital, I just passed out.
Yeah, of course.
I just
You was
goodbye.
gone.
Yeah. This is when I woke up, and then yeah, they had to scrub the burn, and that moment of me seeing my hair leave me, my skin going down the drain, bits of blood going down the drain, and the pain of scrubbing this.
Yeah, that's not a joke.
Yeah, and the fact that I was in the most vulnerable state of my life where someone has to do this, and that process had to happen every single day up in hospital. So every day I'd have to have a shower like that.
Yeah.
So that pain is engraved in me, and it's a memorable time in my life to know that, you know, you're shedding the old you and it's time to be a new you and a better you.
The only thing I'll say on that, you must be one of the strongest women, like as in nothing must phase you anymore because you've experienced the worst of the worst. Look, to me, I wake up in the morning and I got a flat tire and I'm like, oh, fuck, my world's ending, flat tire like this. But when you've experienced what you've experienced, you must have, some people can use it in a negative way and then just think, oh my God, this has scarred me for life. I can never be seen again. I don't know, I'm never going to find a boyfriend and stuff like that. But you've done the complete opposite. You've kind of just accepted it and said, all right, cool, it's part of my life. Let's go. And I respect that so much because most people are the opposite, especially in our like day and age now. A lot of people find it a lot easier just to hide away from their problems. You couldn't give a shit about your problems.
Nah, because honestly, I'm just, like I said again, I'm grateful to be here.
100%.
So everything that happens in my life is a blessing. And the fact that I can live and experience life to the fullest, how I'm meant to experience it with a grateful heart.
Yeah.
It means that it only attracts more. And now I'm in a position where I can give that love back to people. So people that are scared and have been through trauma and, you know, are healing from their trauma and they don't know how to. You know, the people that hurt the most need love the most.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's all I can say. Like, I've looked at the pictures and I think from an interviewer, someone who's talking to you now, I've just got visions of the pictures in my head of what I saw. And it's, how have you gone from that to sit here in front of me, looking how you look and having the confidence you have? Because that can affect someone for life. You can sit there and think, oh my God, because when you look in the mirror, you might still see what you saw then. It's very hard to look at yourself now and be happy. But
so you're seeing me as an end product right now.
Yeah.
So let's delve into the dark product, the darkest times, the not so good times. Listen, I had to cry my eyes out. There's points where I used to...
Just give it a timescale. So obviously for people viewing, this happened in 2019, I believe, right?
2018.
2018, sorry. And we're now 2023. When did you become the end product? As in, when did you... Do you know what I mean?
Literally
in the sense
around this past year.
Okay, so it's only been...
If anything, I'm not the end product. I still have to have chemo injections right now. So I'm on chemo.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
In my scar. So I don't know when I'll be an end product.
But you're an end product in the vision of yourself, in the sense as you can look in the mirror now and say, I'm happy. And I think that's nothing to do with your looks wise, but as a person,
I'm at peace.
You've got one of the best energies I've ever had. Like, genuinely, I'm not sitting here trying to bullshit you because I got you on a podcast, but from the minute I met you, I feel like I've known you months.
I know.
Like, it's just straight away.
Me and you were just digs.
You've
We
literally
were digging each other.
cussed the shit out of me within the first 5 seconds of meeting you. And in my head, I'm thinking, I want to get deep and emotional with this girl and understand it. But it's kind of like your emotions are all happiness now. You've kind of, all right. And don't get it twisted. I can 100% say, I can imagine you've had some days where you were down in the dumps.
Yeah.
Like low. I can imagine. You're human.
Yeah. And I think those days have made me appreciate these days. Because without those days, I probably wouldn't even make it onto this podcast. I probably may not even be sat here right now. You know? During that time when it was surgery and constantly be in and out of hospital and not knowing where I stand, where my health is, but then also seeing from the outside that my friends are stunning, beautiful, living life, going on holiday, they can be in the sun. I can't even be in the sun. You know, like things like that. That's why now when I wake up in the morning, I open the window and I just take a big deep breath and I'm just like, another day.
But it's and what are the negatives that still have an effect on your life today? Because there must be, for example, you can't be in the sun. That's something that's...
It's hard.
Yeah, you want to go on
like,
holiday.
I'm still working towards that because the skin is so fresh. I have to, like, obviously do what I need to do to protect my skin, things like that. But there's some things that over time, like for a few years, I couldn't go on holiday because obviously the sun's so intense. It's just, there's just no point, you know? Like,
it was more headache than it was even worth. You can enjoy yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And I was in a place where I wasn't at peace. I wasn't body confident. I wasn't mentally strong. And I still have those days now where you have down days because I think you're human. Every down period that you have elevates you into a better period of positivity.
No, 100%.
And you appreciate that positivity so much more because you had such a shit time. When you have a shit time, you're like, yo, this is a shit
I don't want to
time.
go back to where that was.
Yeah, this is this ain't it. But then when you live in, you're like, I'm living.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is. It's crazy how when you're in that, especially when you're having a bad look. We've all had bad times in our life. Of course, yours might be really bad to you.
But I'd never take that away from someone else's. You know,
100%. And something down to just having, I don't know, not having a job, for example, could be the worst thing to someone in their life who's trying to support a whole family or whatever it is. It's perspectives.
Everyone's traumas affect people differently. Like, you could have lost someone in your life, and that loss of death may have just been the end of you.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I may have dealt with it differently. Everyone's traumas are so relevant, and everyone's traumas are unique to them. So I'll never take away and I'll never compare myself. That's why I can only ever give advice rather than be like, well, you know, mine was really bad. Like, I would never be like that, because to me, that was just a personal experience that was a learning lesson for me.
This video is sponsored by Cranbrook Law, an award-winning immigration law firm. Their talented solicitors can help when any struggles arise regarding immigration law. They can help get you the visas they need. They can help get you the staff you need from any other countries. As you can see, the website is on the screen right now. So if you need anything to do with immigration law, message Cranbrook Law and let them help you. Whether you're looking to obtain a sponsor license, receive advice and guidance in relation to compliance and our civil penalties, or take advantage of our know-how and experience across a broad range of business visas, our talented and dynamic immigration lawyers are available to speak to you. Telephone numbers on the screen, emails on the screen, and hit the link in the bio if you need any help. And at the end of the day, like you said, that's your trauma. You could have dealt with it like a tank and just said, you know what, fuck it. And you have, but there are some girls who have gone through the same thing, I can imagine, and it's wiped them out in the sense as they probably never wanted to leave their house again. Or there's girls who have, you know, some girls have got a little scar on their face and they don't want to leave because they don't feel comfortable.
That was me. I used to have a spot and I'd be like, oh my goodness, my whole social life down the drain. That's it. Never getting married. Might as well buy 10 cats now. Get me the Clearasil. Get me the Sudocrem. Get me the whatever. Because I've got no life. And then this scar happened and I was like, yeah, scrap what I just said yesterday because this is really bad.
Give me that spot back.
Just me. I'll take the spot.
Give me 5 of them. You was in hospital. They were scrubbing you.
Yeah.
Taking all the skin, hair off.
And I was just crying. Silent tears. I literally looked up, closed my eyes. I felt the pain. And it's that pain that you feel in your heart, that you feel in your soul, and your chest is so tight. And all you just feel is like that deep, heavy. You're kind of numb, but not. Does that make sense? It's like, do you know when something really bad happens, or like you had go through heartbreak? That was my heartbreak. My heart was breaking, honestly. And to have, it's like my identity go down the drain and then be wheeled back into my hospital bed. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, who the hell is that?
Can't even recognize yourself.
Yeah.
And did your mum and dad find out about this, like, straight away?
And everyone wanted to fly out, but I just had to be by myself. I felt like that time was like rehabilitation for me.
Could you talk at this point? Like, could you speak on the phone? Could you even, or was it just minimal, like?
I didn't have any words at this point. I just didn't want to. Do you know when you just don't want to speak?
You just want to deal with your problem by yourself. And when I'm ready to talk, I'll talk to you, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I was processing it. So, and one day there was a priest that came to my room.
Yeah.
So that's not good, is it? And I'm not religious. I was staring this guy out. I was like, what do you want?
So what was he here to, like, pray for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pray for health, pray for strength. And you know what? I'm so grateful to him. I'll never, ever forget what he said to me. He said to me, Sophie, I'm not here to push the word of God on you. I'm just here to remind you of your light. And the light is always within you. No matter how dim or bright you want to shine, the light is always within you. Right now, the light is quite dim, and that's okay. But when that light shines bright, you're going to understand and love the beauty of life. And like, that sticks with me now, because the days where I just feel like I don't want to shine that light, I just want to be in my own bubble.
You remember that sentence he said to you, and that, I think little things like that are what play such a massive part in people's lives as well. Even just one little, you're going through hell. Like, you're going through hell, and that one little comment that man made, you're not religious, you don't really give a shit about this man talking to you.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck he is.
But this one comment he made
it'll stick with me
4 years on, is still sticking with you and still giving you a positive impact. Yeah. And I think little things like that, just like little touches where someone says something, you hear it, and then 5 years down the line, you're still living by that quote is mental, because for you, it was a time where you was going through hell. And in your head, you would have probably asked everyone for help if you could. But I don't think you wanted anyone there. It was one of them things.
It's one of those where you're like crying for help, but don't want anyone to make a fuss of you.
And I think it was more, you never probably
wanted
people to see you how you looked as well.
Yeah, I wanted to go away. I wanted it to just go away. And at this point, all I wanted to do was sleep. All I wanted to just sleep it off. And I was just, I was so heartbroken. But I also went through a period of, right, I'm sick of this pity party now. I'm sick of crying.
Yeah.
This is my life now. So what are we going to do about it? We're either going to go into a bottomless pit of misery, which I'm absolutely not down for, because that takes so much energy.
Yeah, it does.
Or I prove these people wrong who doubted me and thought this was going to be my downfall. And I rise from the ashes like a little fucking phoenix. And that was the choice that I wanted.
And you've done it. You've done it. No one can take that away from you. No, but it's true. I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, you're a survivor. You survived. How does it feel surviving? Like, you've smashed it. You've turned one of the most negative things in the world someone could ever experience to something where, as stupid as it sounds, you probably think it's a blessing in disguise. As
it was meant for me.
Yeah, as mad and as painful as it probably is to accept shit, this kind of is a blessing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's changed your appearance. I think you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have even known, like I said, but as a person, I can guarantee you're 100 times more stronger now than you was before this happened.
Now shit does not even faze me. Like, when I even tell you about how it affected my personal life, like, now I appreciate people's energy and their connection and the vibe, because I know I'm good for me. Like, I can hold myself down. So when we sit at a table, you've got to match the energy, not match the table with things. Things don't bother me. Like, things are things.
And things come and go.
Yeah, when I was dying, this Louis Vuitton bag was not going to save my life.
Nothing was going to save your life.
Yeah,
all the money in the world weren't going to save your life.
What about this LV wash bag? I just bought it.
No, but it's so true. The thing is, like, how did you cope regarding relationships? Like, I don't know your relationship life. Are you single, in a relationship? Like,
I'm not available.
Okay.
I'm single, but at the moment,
exclusive.
I'm so focused on me right now.
So you're single, but you're in a relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took up celibacy. I took it up twice. So when I think
every girl in 2023 right now is celibate, but it is what it is.
I've had celibacy for 2 years.
Okay. Nice. Good luck to you. Same. What are you laughing at? Same.
You twitched. Yeah,
I went. Twit. I swear it didn't. I was winking at you. That's what it was. It was. I've been celibate 2 years as well. How can you tell me I've not? Guys, do you believe I've been celibate for 2 years?
Is this April Fool's Day? It's going out.
It's actually the 1st of March. We're a month late.
Shocked.
A month short, yeah.
A month, yeah. So when I first had my accident, obviously I was not good mentally. I was not good physically. I was not just in the mind frame to date, because I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So I became self-destructive. I became the party girl because I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel accepted. I wanted to feel beautiful. I wanted to feel loved. But all in all, I was running away from myself. I was running away from my problems, and it caused me to have even more mental health problems.
Yep.
Because I was so fully the party girl. Everything was fine. And I think people, if anything, enabled that for me, which, because they saw me in bandages, they just thought she just wants to live a life. When really...
You didn't really reflect on what had happened though either. You were so busy trying to get drunk, go out, party. When
in bandages.
Yeah, but when you did have that second to look in the mirror, you probably...
Didn't want to look.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look. Honestly, I did not want to look. I didn't want to face the reality of it. I didn't want to look. After I'd go out, whatever, I'd go home and take like literally 2, 3, 4 days worth of medication. And I was on heavy medication at that point. So I'd literally be asleep for a day or two. And I just didn't want to wake up.
And was you living with mum and dad at this point?
I was by myself.
And that's even harder. As much as I love my own company, don't get it twisted. I love going home laying on my sofa and watching a movie and no one talks to me. Peace is the best thing in the world. But when you're going through shit,
the silence is so loud, isn't it?
It's dangerous. You sit there,
deafening,
and you're looking around thinking like, are the walls fucking coming in closer to me? Like, am I dying here?
You feel like your whole world is collapsing in you. But then when you go out into public, it's a distraction. So when you come home, it's twice as worse.
It's like me when I'm here at the restaurant and it's busy, flying night.
Your vibes in.
And it's a good night. I go home and I want my peace and quiet. When I've had a bad day at work and it's like the worst thing ever, I go home and I'm like, oh my God, no one's even here. This is even worse now. Like, it's just, everything's worse. I'm talking about a restaurant. What you was dealing with.
Life.
Two different things.
Yeah.
But it's how people deal with it.
Of course.
And
it
we said.
It affects your whole being. Your whole body feels the stress.
Yeah.
Like, anxiety is...
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's the body going into stress. Your body is stressed, your body is under pressure, and your body is tense. You're not relaxed and you're not calm. When you've got anxiety, your chest is tight, right?
You know, I done a podcast with someone, and he said anxiety and excited is the exact same feeling.
Because you're...
Yeah, so it's the exact same feeling.
The dopamine levels.
One's a negative and one's a positive. So he turned around to me and he goes, what I do, he goes, is whenever I get nervous, he goes, I turn it into excitement. He goes, because it's the same thing. I've just got to now channel my head to think, okay, I'm excited. I'm not nervous. I'm really excited. And I thought, you know what? That's fucking smart. Like, if you can constantly channel the negatives into a good positive, who can stop you? You're unstoppable. So, yeah, you're unstoppable.
Thank you.
You're doing well.
Thank you. I think from that, they were my dark times. Like, I was bad. Like, I didn't want to wake up. I was very suicidal. I was really depressed. I had severe anxiety, depression, and PTSD. And through that time, I was medicated. I was trying to self-medicate. I was trying to self-over-medicate. And I was running away from everything, mainly myself.
I've got two questions for you. When we sit here and we talk about this, as much as me and you are having jokes and it's funny and it's whatever, how does it make you feel when you're sitting here re-talking about the biggest thing that's ever happened to your life? Does it upset you? Does it...
It empowers me.
You don't get that...
I feel like that now is just a phase of my life that brought me to here. If I was still coming out of it, then I think I'd have PTSD moments. I'd still be very scared to talk about it, but I had to hurt to heal.
100%.
And I had to cry it out. I had to, really feel that hurt for me to be able to talk about it with pride and strength and with, like surreal kind of the fact it even happened to me. I feel like, did that happen to me? Was that real?
Because you must look in the mirror sometimes and do wonder. Like, did it happen to me?
Was that a dream?
But you probably wish it all was just a dream when you was, or a nightmare when you was going through it.
Well, this is what it was. I think when I was awake, I was wanting to party because I just wanted to get away from my living nightmare. So I'd just go to sleep or I'd just party because I wanted to just not be here. And then when it was time to be fully present, you bet your life I was present and I was like hurting, and that hurt has brought me so much strength. So then now I know what to do in order to become better, elevate, eliminate those doubts, because I've already been there. It's a piece of piss now. Like, that's right.
Having an argument with someone to you is just like, were you even arguing with me for? Go away. Like, that's what it must be like. Because
cool, if that's you,
like, there's real problems in my life. Oh, you're arguing with me because I didn't. Okay, see you later. Bye. Get out of my life. But
that's literally me. And even with celibacy, it's taught me about wanting more for myself than being indulged in sexual desires and lust.
I'm not going to comment on that because, like, I don't know myself.
Yeah, but guys and girls are wide different. That's why I would never...
Let's not dive into that now.
Oh, really? See, I'm quite like... I appreciate a man's power and I appreciate a woman's power.
Yeah, but
I don't want to be better than you. I want to be respected by you.
Yeah, you understand a man's power and you understand a woman's power.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm trying to be respected by you. In the same way I respect you.
Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you, and I like talking to females who are strong, independent, and driven, and I believe that's you to a T. And I think it's so hard nowadays when you're trying to be a man, an actual man. Women find it very hard to accept, and men also find it hard to accept when they find a strong woman, because most men they can't accept being with a woman who earns
ego and pride.
100%.
We both have ego and pride.
And I listened to a speech from a man once, and we're going off topic, but anyway, listened to a speech from a man once, and I got a massive ego. My pride's through the roof. I believe I'm the dog's bollocks. It's just me. He says a quote that says, "You're going to let your pride or ego get in the way for 30 seconds and it can affect your life for the rest of your life." And I asked him, I was like, elaborate on that, because like, yeah, you've said that, but what's that mean? And he turned around to me, he goes, God forbid, let's say you're out on the street, man's really rude to you, you get out and hit him just to show you've got an ego, show you're the bigger man, and he dies. You're now going to go and serve 25 years in prison just for that 30 seconds. Like,
was it worth
and there's so many like even when you're arguing with your partner, you want to show you're more stubborn, or you've got a bigger ego, you're
That's why
right,
for
you're
me,
right.
This whole journey taught me to cut the pride, cut the ego, because I had to learn like the hard way. Like, I'm not that. I need to not look for validation, hosting parties, trying to be this, trying to be that. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm validated within myself because I know what I can achieve. And I know that if I put my mind to something, I'm going to get it. I'm going to make sure that I get it. And I'm going to make sure I'm always going to be okay. So for me we both have masculine and feminine energy. Every man and woman has both those. Now for a woman, when you're out being independent, you're stepping into your masculine energy so much. But when you find a man who is making you comfortable and feel safe within his masculine energy, that's when you truly flourish within your feminine energy. And that's when you nurture him and he kind of steps into his feminine energy because he cuts down on the...
But then women and men, I'm not going to sit here and just say men do it, but women tend to then take advantage of that situation.
But that's where communication's key. If you can't communicate, then what do we have?
Forget about it. Yeah, if there's no communication.
I'm very vocal now. I didn't used to be. I used to be very big, like, yes, 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 yes. Because I wanted to be the nice girl. Nice girl doesn't get you anywhere. Gets you nothing you want. Gets you
There's
nothing
a quote
that you want and everything that everyone
if you want to make
wants.
everyone happy, go and sell ice creams.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're not going to do anything for yourself because you're too busy pleasing everyone else. And when I realised I had to cut down on my party people, going out, doing anything like that, even love life, to focus on me as a person, I'm not good if I'm not good. So I need to be a whole person for myself first before I can give that love to someone else and treat them how
you need to be the
deserve.
best version of yourself before you even accept anyone into your life.
Yeah. And I think that's the only fair way to say it is I'm not going to treat you with respect if I'm not treating myself with respect, because I'm not going to even be able to speak to you on that level.
I can agree to that. But I think it takes a lot of that comes down to you going through what you've gone through and now humbling yourself and understanding that, you know what, I need to, if I want to have a success in anything in life, you can't walk around thinking that you are the shit. You can't. You're not going to get far. You're not going to, there's always someone out there bigger and
better, younger, funnier, cuter, hotter.
Yo, slow down. No one's funnier than me. I'm jokes. Like, I'm actually mad funny.
All right, listen, clown.
But I am. I'm not a clown, but people laugh with me, not at me. Stop laughing at me. All right, no, listen, let's now move it into a positive light.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Sorry, so you
No, go on. No, you
take
speak.
the floor.
No, you speak.
You
I'm
take
not
the floor.
speaking. That's
I'm
it.
not-
You're the host here. Take the mic.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, so, in a more positive day, today's the 1st of March, and you signed a deal. What's going on, guys? This video is being brought to you by Maurice Solicitors. As you're all aware, we've done a season 2 all about crime. If you watch that all and you're in any situation like that and need help getting out of this situation, reach out to Maurice Solicitors and see if it's something they can help you with.
Remember, there's a defense for every offense.
I'm working with La Roche-Posay, which is under the L'Oreal brand for their skincare sector. And I did a women empowerment speech with them today. And it was just such a great response because I feel like, you know, being able to uplift a team and see that they took something away from that. But also, I learned something from that. I felt even more empowered that, you know, I was spreading good energy and helping people who may not want to say out loud that they're going through something, but you can tell something's happening up here and they're taking it all in. And then afterwards, they come to me in private and say, thank you
This
so
is
much.
what's going on. Yeah, and then they ask for advice as well, a lot of people. And I think everyone's an overthinker now.
Yeah.
The world, the generation we're in now, everyone's
natural.
thinking, am I working hard enough? Have I got enough money? Is my house big enough? Have I got a nice enough car?
Yeah.
Do I have enough followers on Instagram? Everyone overthinks about
Do you know, it's so
stupid
mad.
shit.
To me now, I'm just happy that I've got a roof over my head and my family are safe and my friends are in good health.
You know,
That's
shall I be honest with you? You know, most people who say that, I'd sit there and say, oh, you're just saying your sob story, like, oh, you're so happy. But with you, you have to be. You kind of have to sit there in deep life and say, you know what? I'm fucking lucky I'm even here.
That's why when I wake up in the morning, I literally said before, I open the window and take a deep breath, because at one point I couldn't take a deep breath.
And that alone that's a reason to wake up every day happy, no? When
Yeah.
you wake up happy, you can't knock it.
Well, that's it. Like, I think it's, like I said, it's so generic to say that. Like, I'm just grateful for this. But for me, I'm grateful for that, because at one point I was like, what day is it? Like,
That's mad.
so to just have a breath of fresh air and be able to use all my senses, that is the gift of life.
Yeah.
Which I
We
nearly
all
lost.
take for granted every single day as well.
Yeah, because you think it's a given privilege to
Yeah.
breathe. It's a given privilege to see. It's a given privilege to eat. Well, actually, it's not. That is something that is so sacred and so precious, because not everyone is born with that either.
Yeah, that's true.
So for me at 22, to live with full functioning everything, to have it taken away.
At such a young age as well.
Yeah.
It's not like you've lived your life. That's your prime. That's when you're just literally about to
Right, when you're just like,
ready to make the
wait for what's coming. And then I
This
was
is
like,
true.
oh shit, this is what's coming.
Fuck, that's what's coming.
Yeah.
We could sit here and as much as I'd say, yeah, positive, let's put behind us, I think you've always got to keep the book of negatives there next to you.
To humble you.
To just
To remind
and always
you.
remind you how far you've come. And I think you've got them. You've got them every morning. You wake up and you look in the mirror and you can go, okay, cool, this is where I am today, because you have your scars that are still there and they're visible for you to see. You can see them more than anyone can see them.
Mm-hmm.
It's even me. I had a chip on my tooth. Yeah, no one could ever see it, but when I looked in the mirror,
You were like,
I was like, my whole tooth.
like your whole absolute.
I
need
have
dentures.
no teeth.
I need.
I have no teeth. But I mean, as in, you look in the mirror and your scars,
Because I feel it as well. It's like you when you feel your tooth, you're like,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
there. Yeah.
and it's massive.
magnified.
And the problem is though, not the problem, but the positive on it all is it's turned your whole life around. You went from being just a fire breather. You said you had your company and all that, but now you're absolutely smashing it. And I'm giving you credit because it's credit where credit is due. You've sat here, you've just signed a new deal today with one of the biggest makeup brands in the world.
It's like cosmetics brands. and
Cosmetic.
that have a medical sector, which I'm involved with. And, you know, they have so much globally. So, I don't, do you know when you think, is this man live?
Is this real? Someone pinch me.
Yeah. It's weird because even though I don't have like a relationship, I don't have a kid, or I don't have the things that a 27-year-old will want right now in terms of settling down and what you think is that version of success. I'm very alone right now,
Yeah.
but I'm just so happy and peaceful.
You're content as well. I think that's the most important thing in the world is you're happy with where you are. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are so, I need to get there. I need to be busy. I need to do this. I need 4 jobs instead of 1. I need 10 sources of income. With you, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm here. Like, I'm grateful I'm here today.
Yeah.
Forget about the rest. This is all just bonuses.
Yeah, and I think that's why I give 110 at everything I do, because I want to make sure I've done it to the best. Because that chance, oh my God, me?
Yeah.
Are you sure not them? Me?
No, it's mad. And I think that's just one of the things you're smashing at the minute. You've signed with the
L'Oreal.
makeup brand,
Yeah.
L'Oreal, the makeup brand.
So we just
Cosmetics
did,
brand.
we did. So I'm writing a book. I'm an
Okay.
author.
Yeah,
with
my book
Katie
that I'm
Piper.
paying 4 times the price for. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take a prepayment if that's okay.
Of course you would.
Would you expect anything less?
Nothing less. Nothing at all less. So, author,
Yes.
signed with...
That's done with Katie Piper's team in collaboration with her.
Okay.
So Katie Piper is also a survivor of trauma. She went through an acid attack.
Yep.
And with her, she reached out to me when I was in hospital. And she said, you know what? Thank you for sharing your story. I think you're strong. Great. And then when I came out of hospital, I actually started to work with her and her charity and other trauma survivors and burn survivors. So like a year ago, she messaged me and she said, Soph, I want to start my first ever project and want to give you a platform in which you can share your story because you're one of the people that have influenced my life. And I was like,
I've influenced
me?
you? Like, you sure?
Yeah. I was like, me? But you're like icon. Like,
Yeah.
you're an inspiration to me.
But let alone her, yeah? Sorry to interrupt you, but let alone her. Do you know how many hundreds of thousands of girls and guys you've inspired in life? And you may not know it. It might not even be to do with trauma. It could just be with mental health. It could be to do with positive energy. It could be with anything. You're scrolling through your Insta. Anyone who scrolls through your Insta is going to be like inspired or motivated to get up and better themselves, because you look at where you was and you look at where you've become, like where you are now, and all it is a reality check. I need to do more. Like, fuck me, this girl nearly lost her life and she's still doing better than me. I need to do better. But you know what I mean? It's that's what it is. It's the truth.
That's what I want for everyone. I want everyone to win. And I want you to be the best version of yourself so you can be even better for those around you. That was my way of thinking. That's why I did so much inner work. And now I'm ready to give that love and give that reassurance to people around me that, no, if you've got a dream, go and chase it. Dream big, or dream the biggest dream ever, and go for it. Because that will be you. You can have that. You know, just don't give up. It's resilience. Once you have that resilience and you're ready to fight for what you want, you'll always get what you want. It may not be the journey that you expected, but you will always get there.
Yeah, and it's crazy how people think, how she done it, how she done this, how she done that. But it's, you just literally, like you said, resilience. That's it.
I'm not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
If it's not today, then in a year I'll do it. You know, but it's gonna happen. It's getting done.
I can't knock the mentality. It's amazing. I can't, and I can't knock it. I can't. And that's why you're doing so well for yourself now, though, in the sense as you clearly haven't taken no for an answer, and you're here where you are today. And it is what it is. It kind of, you're here.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's in your head. It's probably, the fuck's happening now? What's next? Like,
I share this platform with two other amazing women. So there's Ellie Goldstein.
Yeah.
Who's one of the first Down syndrome models for Gucci. And
Nice.
she also shoots with Adidas. She's incredible. Such a beautiful young girl. And she's done so well. To say that she had so many things against her,
Yeah.
she's come out on top. You know, another girl is Livy Dean, who had retina eye cancer, I believe, and had an eye taken out, and now she's shot with like Dior, the likes of Dior, and she's just had a baby. She's so incredible, and I think there's such a slim chance of surviving that form of cancer. She had a really rare form of cancer.
I think what's meant for you, no matter what gets in the way, is meant for you.
Yeah, it's
Like,
yours.
It's and my mate always said to me, he goes, Mikey, what is actually meant for you in life, no one can take away from you. He goes, if it's meant for you to be the biggest podcast in the UK and 100 other podcasts, because I was getting annoyed that so many other podcasts were opening up, and he goes, if it's meant for yours to do well, don't worry about no one else's. It will come to you. And it's like, I'm talking about a podcast, talking about eyes, like it's something that to me, I'm not even grateful to have eyes. Like, it's just you wake up in the morning, but you know what I mean? You don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, thanks God for giving me eyes today. But because it's never affected me, you wake up and say, thank you God for giving me life today. Like, you are so grateful for that. But me, because I've never experienced losing at that kind of way, you're ungrateful.
But then you will find gratitude in different ways. Like, you must have made losses within your business.
Yeah.
So now you're grateful for that choice, because that choice that ultimately taught you a lesson, you won't do it again.
Yeah, no, 100%. It does.
Whereas for me, I don't have a fucking clue. So I'm yet to learn that lesson. So that will hurt me later on in life.
Yeah, but I think that's why, even down to me meeting you today, I'm going to go home and I'm going to be more grateful for life. Because it's true, you're going to be, because I've met someone who has nearly lost their life and they're grateful for it. How the fuck am I not grateful for it? And I think it's around who you surround yourself with as well. You might not make business mistakes because you might have the best group of friends in the world who are multi-billionaires who can say, all right, no, Sophie, don't do that. He's trying to rob you or he's trying to fuck you over there. Don't do that. That's tax. Like,
Yeah, don't do this.
it's all about having the right circle. And I think over time, building it, like even me, when I'm doing the podcast, I'm meeting up with people who criminals,
Done crazy. Yeah, crazy.
ex-survivors, life stories. It's making me see people from a whole completely different way. What you see on Instagram isn't what you see in real life.
No. Like, at one point, you know, I had all these followers, had a good platform, but I was penniless because I had no income, because I was not in good health.
So you've got the book coming out.
Yeah.
You're doing so much. Like, that's why I'm like, I want to know
don't
more.
feel
What's
like I've
going on?
done
There's-
enough.
there's
I don't know.
so much going on in your life right now.
Yeah.
You haven't got time to sit down and like feel sorry for yourself. You going 100 miles an hour. Today you're in London doing this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yesterday I was in
I
Leeds.
messaged you last week, and I was not even last week.
Oh,
When did I message you? Sunday or Monday?
yeah.
I was like, do you want to jump on? You were like, oh, in London this Wednesday. Do you want to do it? And I was like, sweet, let's do
I'm
it.
very like that. Let's get this done.
That was
Let's get
good,
this. Come on, hurry up. Time is money. Hurry up.
We've all got the same 24 hours in one day. So, anyway,
Well, I'm very like, if not me, someone else is going to take my slot. So I'll be first.
they nearly did today.
No, they're not.
No, they did. Remember, I did tell you.
So now I speak in schools. I speak in seminars, colleges, and schools. Yesterday, I actually went to Leeds United Football Club.
Fuck me, you get around.
Yeah, and I'm now part of the Leeds Foundation to work in schools and
Congratulations.
help with young kids and their mental health, and you know, teach them about resilience and that this is real life. This is what real life consists of, not what you see on Instagram. That
Yeah.
isn't real.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and I'm also collecting an award
Oh, for
on
what?
Saturday.
What are you collecting an award for?
An honorary woman.
An honorary woman.
Women's award.
I like the way you said that. You're like, yeah, honorary woman.
Write that down.
I'm going to put special guest today. We're an honorary woman. Thank you, guys.
And you can take that to the bank.
Listen, so you're busy. You got a lot of shit going on in your life. Look, I can't knock it. You're doing it. You're not stopping. You're not taking no for an answer, like you said. So you're 27, you said, yeah? 3 years till 30. The big 3.
We're going to be 30, flirty, and thriving.
Big 3. Big 3.
No, don't do that. I'm going to have to celebrate it here.
Deal, done. What is your goals? You got 3 years. What's your plan? I know people usually do like a 5-year plan, but we ain't got time for that. We only got 3 years.
My mission right now, and I think my mission going forward in life, is to change the world. And I don't mean the whole world. I mean just people's worlds. If I affect someone's life and I help them make great choices, the right choices that fit them and positive choices, then that's my dream come true.
And for you, I guess if you help one person, that's more than enough. If you
That's
can,
my everything. I would say that so much, but that is literally true because I stick by that every single day. That's my purpose. It's like I didn't look for my purpose just found me.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy how you genuinely do just want to help people. Not even help, but motivate and guide.
I just want to be a
in some-
positive light. Because like I said, the people who hurt the most need love the most. And I know everyone's got a soft spot. Everyone's got those insecurities. But everyone goes out the door with that armor, with that big shield around them. Because they want to protect themselves from the big wide world that's out to get them.
Life ain't easy.
No.
Life definitely isn't easy, but I think it's just how the mentality you go into each day with. If you wake up with today's going to be a good day, it will be a good day.
Yeah.
If you wake up in a bad mood,
Honestly.
wrong side of the bed, and it's, I'm in a pissed off mood today, you're going to have a bad day.
Honestly, life's a bitch, so I don't need to be another bitch. Do you know what I mean?
That's a really good motto, you know. That's what I should start telling some girls.
Yeah.
Life's a bitch enough. Why are you being a bitch?
Yeah, we don't need another
do you
bitch.
reckon that'll go down well?
Yeah, I back it.
Yeah? You
Because
back
I
it for
think
me,
that.
yeah? Oh, sweet.
About myself.
So if I ever get in a relationship and she's being a bitch, I'm going to text her, add you to the group chat.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'll be like, yo, Soph,
I can't
back
back.
it. Soph, back it.
I'm dipping
Yeah,
from that.
that's what I'll do. Yeah?
I'm going to dip from
I'll
that.
do that, and I'll make sure it's a girl from Manchester so you know her as well.
No, but that's what I say to myself. I'm like, why do I need to make someone else's life harder when life's already fucking hard?
Yeah, no,
like, it doesn't need to be like
I
that.
understand that. I can
Like,
hear
it's
that.
not that deep.
No, it definitely isn't. I hear that. People have got enough shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
They don't need an extra bitch.
Just tell me, like, communicate. Cool, if we can't do today, like, communicate. Tell me that. If you're going to be late, like I was late, okay, I'm here, but I'm making my way there.
Yeah. No.
Do you get what I mean? Rather than not communicating makes the problem 20 times harder, 10 times worse.
100%. I can't say anything different. Communication's key in everything.
Yeah.
Everything. But I think for you, it's different because you've got a platform that you can communicate with hundreds of thousands of people now, and even down to when I saw your account, I didn't know who you was. But I'd seen it in newspapers before. I remember when it was, and I remember my mum showed me it. She was like, "Look at this." Da, da, da. So there's so many people out there who know you, but don't know your story.
Me. Yeah.
Like I say, a lot of people know me, but they don't really know me.
That's me. I feel like I've got two people, you know. I've got Sophie, who's the performer, who puts on that show, who gets up and goes. And then I've got Sophie's the one that
cute baby.
Yeah, who wants to sit in and eat pasta and just be in my hoodie and don't speak to me and gets really shy. Like, that's the one that...
You don't get shy. There's no way you're a shy person.
I am honestly the shyest person
Really?
when I'm like that. Yeah, right now,
You're in character.
Yeah,
I'm
in boss. I need to go get it mode. That's me. So I came as Sophie Lee because this is work, right? When I'm me and I'm stripped back, no makeup, no nothing, which is usually when I date someone, that's who they get.
But don't you think it'll be
hard.
Don't you think it'll be amazing for you to show your audience Soph?
Yeah, that's why I'm starting to show her through motivational speaking, because
I think that makes a massive difference when people can look at you now, and in some people's you're hiding up your scars with your makeup, you're covering yourself. Whereas when you're your original Soph sitting there, like you said, in your hoodie, and you're just your genuine self, don't get it twisted. Everyone can see that you're not acting, but you're being.
There's a persona.
You're being bigger, and
but that's the same with like everyone.
You have to.
If you go to a meeting, you're not going to be there like.
I can't sit here going, yeah, so what is your day like? You're going to be like, Mikey, sit the fuck up and talk to me. Like, do you know what I mean? You have to act up to what's in front of you, and I feel like, but for you, because of your story, if you did be Soph, and as much as you've probably never been her publicly, it'll be so hard. But I think
I'm starting to be her. Like when I go into schools, that's her. Okay. I've not come as the show. I've not come as the main event. I've come as someone who's come from trauma and who's here to make a change.
And I think it makes a difference as well with the age groups you're talking to. When you're talking to 15, 16-year-old girls, you've got to kind of relate to them and be Soph.
Yeah.
And talk to them on a level.
That is not real. That is not attainable in most people's their life. They're not seeing that as something that's like, oh, we can go to this. This has taken years to get here. Yeah. Years of hard work. So I need to strip it right back to the basics. Dream big, but start small. And that's the key to success. Resilience. And having that same vision and believing in it. But also humbling yourself enough to know that, shit, I got shit to do.
It's all about having an equal balance of having an understanding of, I'm humble enough, but I know I've got to get shit done.
Yeah.
And I think you've mastered that.
Thank you.
And it's something where I look at you and think, fuck me, this girl's doing that shit good. Like, I need to be like her. Like, you're so humble, you're so genuine, but people still know I'm the boss bitch kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You've got it all in one.
I don't want to ever push that on someone. I'll just do it, and you can just see from my results.
Yeah, if you're happy, if you like who I am, talk to me. If you don't, see you later.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not fussed.
Yeah, either way, I'm going to go sleep and be grateful for life.
Either way, I'm going to wake up, look out my window, and
yeah. And happy. The air is still airing tomorrow, and I'll still be smiling tomorrow.
That's all it is.
Honestly, when I think about these problems, they're not a me problem unless it's my behaviour that's caused it. Then I need to take accountability. But unless it's my behaviour, then that's a you problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true.
Sorry, respectfully.
I can't disagree with you as much as I'd love to sit here and battle you about it. It's the truth.
I'm firm but fair. As a woman, I'm strong within my beliefs, but also I'm fair within the circumstances. I'm never going to sit here and be like, yeah, but you've got to do it. You can't be this. You can't give up. You can't. Some people aren't at that stage in their life right now,
true.
Even mentally, physically, or wherever. So I can only give you the best advice from one perspective, which is mine, where I had to start from nothing.
And you can give advice. A lot of people believe it's instructions or it's a way to get better.
Do you know, that's my mum. My mum used to get so offended when I used to. I think because she's the older generation, right? And she's an Asian woman, so Asian family, they think they know the best.
Yep.
I used to ask her, and she'd be like, "Well, why don't you do that then?" And then obviously, advice is to be taken or not.
Yeah, it's advice. I
Right.
think a lot of people though mistake it for instructions.
Like you said.
And it's not.
It's not.
I'm just giving you my. If you listen to me,
Just a thought.
It isn't going to make you better. It might not. It might, but it might not. It's not. You can't then get mad at me. I like.
was my mum.
Why am I happy? You told me
That
if
was
I go
my
and start a
mum.
business, I'm going to be happy.
That was my mum. She's like, well, she comes to me for advice and then she does her own thing. And then my auntie goes, listen to what you've just said. She came to you for advice and then she did her own thing.
It was
That's
advice.
good.
She took it on board. She didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Great advice.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested.
The
No,
advice?
it is.
What's that?
That's what it is. And I think when you're, the difference with you though is when you are talking and you are telling, I think people do pick up it as, it's not even advice, it's more you telling a story. And if you want to take on board what I've done, take it on board.
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm more than happy to help you. If you don't,
Cool.
it's
I'm
fine.
not
I'm
gonna-
not going to judge you because you
Yeah.
ain't taking it on, but I don't care. As
That's
long as
the
you're
same
happy, I'm
thing.
happy.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
don't care.
literally
Are you
me.
happy? Okay, cool, leave me alone. Like, I'm happy.
And I think when you come to that place of peace where someone's energy and validation doesn't fuck with your peace, it is such a fucking nice place to be because you're just like.
Sweet.
And I think as well, it makes me, like you were talking about my love life, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've got the capacity for that right now. I think love to me is like it's a paradox. I love it but hate it because I love love but love hurts. Love can hurt.
Yeah, love can hurt. If it's the wrong type of love.
Yeah. But also that passion is something that I've only ever put into myself. So to put all that into someone scares me because they may not
But
be
the
forever.
good thing is for you though, once you have finally come to a point in your life where you're happy with, you're at your final self, you're your
Yeah.
best of yourself. When you do find someone, it can only be good because you're going to be, unless you find someone who's hurt or needs healing or anything like that.
So I
If you-
started dating.
Oh, you
So
did, yeah?
Yeah.
And what
Started
happened?
dating.
You want to tell us the stories?
And it just made me realise and confirm that
I don't need to date.
I watched something on TikTok and basically nothing belongs to us, only time and memories.
Nothing is yours. When you do deep it, God forbid it. Me and you got together. You could pass away
Yeah.
tomorrow. God forbid it.
Yeah, your body's not even.
I can't come and get your body out of things and say you're staying with me.
Yeah, no,
It's gone. My
gone.
car. If I crash my car, it's gone. My phone. It don't belong to me. It can go at any given moment. And I think even down to your life isn't yours.
It's not.
You can go. I don't make decisions. I can't decide.
You can
when
see where it wants to go, but ultimately it's left here.
I can guide it. I can do my
Yes.
best to stay on a straight and good path.
Yes.
But if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. If I'm meant to live to X, then I'm living to X. It is what it
This
is.
is what I think. Yeah, it hurt that may not have worked out or whatever, but also it confirmed to me that I've grown and I've like learned to love people at that time. And then, okay, we have to move on then.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's taught me that me giving my love is from a place of genuine, you know, unconditional value, not transactional value, because I've learnt that I love myself more.
Yeah. No, but it's when you can love yourself more, that
I have nothing to take from you.
yeah, it's. I've always said in a relationship, I should be the main course, and you should be my accessory. You should be my side dish, not
Yeah.
all these people. You're not a side.
Do you know what I say? If I was to speak with someone now, I'd always say to them, I don't want to be your first option. I want to be a second option. I want you to be your first option. Your goals, your dreams, your everything should be your first option. I should only ever be
An accessory. I should make your life better.
Happy.
I shouldn't affect your life.
Yeah,
I should just
that's it.
Only enhance it. I should be. I don't know. How can I put it? I should be the watch that goes on
factor.
your wrist.
Yeah,
I should be
a
that.
factor.
A factor of your life that is.
You've got the main core
Yeah.
pieces of your life.
You got the main dish.
Yeah.
You're the starter, or you're the side, or you're the dish that makes it even
I want to
better.
be like the truffle fries though.
Of course you do. We'll have truffle fries after.
Not the side salad that's dry.
None of our food's here dry. But we'll give you some good food.
Okay.
It makes sense. And all I can say is at the end of the day, you've come to a point in your life where you're happy now, you're content, life's getting better. You're not going to sit there and say, my life's getting worse, or it's. I don't think anything can make your life worse right now because you won't let it.
No.
It's not really like, even if your train gets cancelled later, you're not really going to stress. You're going to be like, fuck, oh well, is what it is. Like, at least I can get a train tomorrow. It is what it is.
Yeah, literally that. Do you know what I said to you? I was like, oh, I might just get a hotel then if it doesn't thing. Yeah. Whereas I think before I'd be like, and this is going wrong, and this is going wrong, and then I was late, and then I was this, and then I was blah, blah, blah. Whereas if I'm like this, I'm always going to be the best version of myself because I'm calm. When you're wound up, uptight, you are the most erratic version of yourself. Yeah. No one wants to be around that. Never. And you're not thinking straight.
And you don't realise how ungrateful you are until you do meet people like yourself. Like I said earlier, even down to you saying, if you catch a train, you get a hotel. If I would get a flat tyre, or even down to if I need to put petrol in my car, I'd get annoyed. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm lucky to have a car. I'm lucky to be able to get in my car. I'm lucky I've got legs in the morning to walk to the car. It's when you really deep life like that, then you can come to a point in life where you're just grateful.
Great, that's
and
it.
Nothing is going to faze you. You can't. It's
like I said before when I said to you, yeah, you've got a following, yeah, you've got this, yeah, you've got a platform, but I was penniless. I was in debt because I couldn't afford anything because I lost my job. I lost my identity, lost my job, lost everything.
You. The job didn't say, it's fine, just, we're going to pay you.
I can't do the job. Yeah. So I had to appreciate having nothing and building from nothing. So now when I do have things,
you're grateful as well.
Yeah, like, okay.
And it makes you understand the value of money as well. Whereas when you're in that young age and you're doing well for yourself, making good money, you're spending. You're just living life, going with it. Yeah, this is fine. It's easy. When you've understood what it's like to hold the pound coins and know that this is what
this was hard earned. Yeah, this is all I have to my name.
That's what it is. And it makes you understand now when you do earn a lot more money, like from signing deals, doing this, doing that, it's okay, cool. I need to look after this. This isn't, I don't just go and book a holiday now. I don't go and buy a new bag. I got to build on this.
Do you know what I always think? And I always will think like this. I need to still have that poverty mindset. I still need to think that I still need to think I've got that poor man's mindset. And I don't want to be, going doing silly things. If I can't afford it, Kanye said, if I can't afford it twice, or if you can't afford it twice, you can't afford it at all.
100%. I agree with that. I can't knock that. I agree with that. And that is the best mentality to have. You can't ever knock someone for having that mentality because as much as you can try and have that mentality, there's times where, hey, I want to go buy a new car. I might not be able to afford the car twice, but I want it. I'm getting it. And I think you just got to humble yourself. And my dad's always there to wind me in. Son,
my dad's like that.
Stop being dumb. You don't need to go and buy a new car. You don't need to go and buy a new pair of trainers. You got like 30 pairs of trainers. Chill out.
Yeah, I think like that.
It's hard as well, especially when you're surrounded by that world and you're involved in it and people around you are doing well. But it's when you're around people who are successful and you're around people who are driving nice cars, you might want the same. You're like,
I need to do you know what's driven me to get to this point? I like being financially intimidated by people who are successful because it drives me to be financially on the same level. Like,
I've never been jealous of someone doing better than me.
No, I won't say jealous.
I'm agreeing with that, but I mean, as in, I've always looked at people
inspired
doing well and thought,
motivated.
You're there, yeah? I'll see you soon.
This is me.
Like, I'll be there.
Right, so when I sit on a table with people who are doing amazing, I think there's a reason I'm sat here.
100%.
So one day, I want to be able to take the bill. I want to be able to check the bill. And that inspires me to get to that level. I want people to do better than me so that I can be with them the same.
And I've always said to myself, surround yourself with people who are doing better than you.
Always.
You can't be the worst one forever. You're not going to be the lowest one in the room forever. There's going to be a day where you're going to overtake someone and you'll say, okay, now I'm the top dog.
Do you know that was me for a long time? When I went through the accident, obviously I was the worst point in my life. So I was surrounded by people that were doing this. And I kept thinking, when's it my time? When's it my time? Is it my time yet? Now?
But it comes, and I think...
It comes when you're grateful. Back then, I wouldn't have been grateful. I would have been reckless. I would have been poor because I wouldn't have spent money wisely, and I wouldn't have had gratitude for that success.
No, 100%.
I would have wanted
it. I've been there. I've experienced it. Young age, nice cars, living life.
Yeah.
restaurant, whatever, living the fancy lifestyle. And then it comes to a point where you lose it all due to your own stupidness.
Yeah, you got no one to blame for yourself.
Yeah, it's just, what did you, what? Why did
Can
you
I
do
refund for that meal? Because I need
that?
that.
Yeah,
I need that £100
Do you know
left.
what I mean? It was just like, what the fuck did you go and do that for, Mikey?
Yeah.
Really? And then now I'm better than where I was then, 100 times better.
And you spend your money differently now.
It's not even that, but
Right?
I look at myself and I think like, okay, I don't need. You want a new car? Chill out. You don't need it. Like you can buy it. Yeah, you know you can get it. Right, you don't need it.
It's like right now I don't drive, you know.
Yeah, I know that. You call it drain.
Oh yeah. I'm too driven to drive. I'm joking. I'm a passenger princess.
Yeah.
Because at one point, one, I don't need to, and two, it's expensive. Why do I need to pay for a car, pay for insurance when I live in the city centre, and I can't afford that? Because I want to spend that money in different things. I want to invest that back into something else.
No, 100%. And it's just about having. You know, once I read a quote that said, "It's not your salary that makes you rich; it's your spending habits."
Your
Like,
mentality makes it's all here what you decide.
but people are earning £2,000 a month and spending £3,000 a month.
Yeah,
Like,
that was me. That was literally me. Before I even came into the bank, I was like, oh, so I've got that much amount to spend. No, you don't. What is in your bank is what you have. I'd be spending the paycheck before it comes, and then I'd be paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So I constantly think, oh, I'm constantly poor.
Listen, all you can say is everything happens for a reason, and that's the motto. That's my understanding from this story is everything in your life has happened for a reason. And it's built you into who you are today. You wouldn't change it. I don't think you would anyway, just from meeting you. As much as there's been days where you probably click your fingers and say, "I wish this never happened to me." I'd give all my deals, everything back, just to not have had what had happened to me happen to me. It's built you into who you are, and it's. What are you looking at?
There's a fly.
Oh, really? So you're just too busy looking at the fly?
No, it just
is he
took
better
my
looking at me?
eye.
Is the fly better looking at me? I'm
Yeah.
giving you a proper deep speech now. and you're gonna
I'm
look
listening.
No, forget about it. It's
Okay,
fine.
you have my whole attention and nothing
No.
but my attention.
No, it's fine. Forget about it. It's fine. Pleasure having you on the show. Get off now. Honestly, it's genuinely what I'll say is the fact that you are grateful for life alone. What more is there to the story? People watching this, the only thing. Question for you: people who are watching this, young youth who are struggling, not even youth, it could be any age. What would be your message to them? Of course, there's a message in the story itself, but what is your message or your motto you live by?
Be fearless. Because a lot of people fear themselves, and that stops you from achieving all your dreams. You don't fear other people, you fear yourself because you fear that your own potential is not good enough.
Yeah, I respect that. Okay, can't knock that. Good piece of advice. Yeah, well,
If it scares you, it's good. Because comfortability is not good. Comfortability is lagging. Flatlining.
agreed. And I think even me, my best podcasts are done when it's with someone who, not nervous. I don't get nervous on podcasts, but someone no,
Sure.
genuinely. I've never been nervous in my life, but my best podcasts are done where when I know the person. Most of the time, it's a shit podcast because I already know everything about them.
Okay.
Because it's just a bit more like, go on, bro, tell me.
Whereas now you're like,
and I'm like, I already knew that, but I got to pretend like.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, I'm not uncomfortable to do a podcast with you, but
Are you trying to say I'm one of the best podcasts?
Slow down. Slow down. No, your story genuinely is one of the best ones because it's a story which I've never had before, especially from a female, with the mindset you've got. So, yeah, in some sense, it is the best podcast. But I think every single one of my podcasts is the best podcast because of the story.
Yeah.
Your story in your head is the best story in the world. It's the best story and the worst in your own upbringing, but other people's story, they're going to think my story's best as well. Everyone's got a good story. I'm not here to judge.
Everyone
You-
is-
You're all smashing it. Leave me
Right.
alone. Everyone's good, happy.
So don't ever doubt that. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your judgment because if not you, then who?
Yeah.
If you're not going to go out and get it, someone else is going to take your prize. And that prize is open for anyone's taking.
100%. Well, on that note, I think it was a pleasure having you on the BlueTick show.
And thank you for coming on my show.
Well, look, make sure when your book is out,
Yes.
you let me know
Yeah.
so we can promote
So
that
you
as
can
well.
pay for it. I'm
Oh
joking.
yeah, and I've got to pay for the fucking book. So I can obviously let people know about your book because I think there's plenty of people, even my mum included, who would love to read your story.
Yes.
Because whenever I'm doing a podcast, I send it into the group chat with all my family. Sent yours in, and my mum was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to listen."
No
It's
way.
fair to you. And I think that alone My mum's way older than us.
I need to meet Mama Melon.
Whoa, slow down.
Not like that. Obviously, she just love me anyway.
Listen,
God.
lovely having you on the show. Thank you for coming on. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you.